Right, good morning. I'm going to try and do a whistle-stop tour of the new P&O Iona ship, and it's just basically I'm going to cut it as much as I can, just to try and bring it down to a few minutes watch, as opposed to watching half an hour. So we're going to start right here, deck 18, right at the front in the retreat, and this is the retreat now. So I shouldn't really be in here, but I've found the door open, so you'll see that you can get breakfast and you can get lunch in the retreat, but it is a paid for venue. So if you want to come into the retreat, you're going to have to pay either for the day or for the holiday. So we're just going to take you around here because I don't want to disturb anybody. It's a nice place, big, thick sunbeds, cushioned sunbeds, looking right out to the front of the ship. It's quite nice today. It's not too bad. We're around, sort of coming into the Weymouth Bay at the moment. Whirlpool. We're coming into the Weymouth Bay. We're going to sit here for 24 hours and then go back to Southampton. So today is Friday the 13th of August, Friday the 13th of August, and 2021, because I forget that these videos could be on there for years. Right, so this is the Beachcomber Pool and Bar, a nice lovely little area at the front of the ship, nice and relaxing. It's quite early in the morning, it's only about 8:30 in the morning, so there's nobody about there. In fact, there's the time up there, it is 8:30, and not too many people about. This is a big ship, 184,000 tonnes I think it is, which makes it certainly the biggest in the P&O fleet at the moment. Yeah, it's a beautiful ship so far. We're on the Maiden Voyage, so this is what's going on the Maiden Voyage. Rather than go up, there's the dome, you can just see the dome area, but rather than go up here, I'm going to hold on for now and take you inside shortly. Okay, we're now in the crow's nest. It's a nice area, a very nice area. As you can see, it looks out to the front. There's a crow's nest wood. Could say it's no different to other crow's nests, but it is quite big. It's got a beautiful grand piano here as well. There's a grand piano. A nice bar. As you can see, it stretches right round. Lots of room. Nicely decorated, good artwork. That's the crow's nest. Right, coming out of the crow's nest, just to the right, still on deck 18, you've got the Epicurean. The Epicurean is where, if you have a suite, you can have breakfast here. Also, it's a lovely restaurant. I wouldn't say it's the best for vegetarians, and certainly not for vegans. And there's Marco Pierre White in the corner there, having his breakfast. So that's the Epicurean. We also have the Ivory Suite, which is kind of reserved for weddings and so on, meetings and stuff. To 18, because we went to the Crow's Nest and the Epicurean, which are actually on 17. I know I said 18. Morning. So they're actually on 17, but I've come back up to 18 because this is the top of the Sky Dome, but I also think there's, looking at the map, a running track of some sort around here. Let's go down and see, shall we? So this is the sky side of the Sky Dome. They have some fantastic entertainment in there. What a great place to be that is, sitting around a pool watching entertainment. It's really good. Yeah. There's a running track up there by the look of it. I think people running might give it a clue. So that's on 19. Lovely area here for sitting, chatting, having a drink. And rather than just walk down to the end, I'll go in here and we'll go a deck down. One more bit of important information. This is the Reef Club. Let's just go back a bit so you can. So yeah, this is the Reef Club on deck 17, midships. So if you've got some kids, teenagers, they're going to enjoy this ship, I can tell you. I would. But this is the club for them to all meet, gather, and do stuff. The back of deck 16, looking out to from the aft. You can see down here. I don't suppose the camera wants to go down. Let's have a look, see if I can make it go down. No, not really. It's on a gimbal and I can't really work it yet. Anyway, as you can see, the infinity pool, and the back of the ship looks lovely. Okay, incessant music everywhere. There's another infinity pool up there, as you can see, which I didn't even know existed. So that's on deck 18 at the aft. This is a nice area. Okay, also, so you can sit here and kids will run through that, I'm sure, loving it. And so this leads us in, whistle stop tour now. So this is the back of 16. Oh, something else I found, the grab and go. So that's the infinity pool and the grab and go. Now we go through the lifts at the end, and we are going to do a whistle stop tour through the Horizon restaurant. Quick squirt the whole thingy. Horizon restaurant was very nice, really. I think this is the best food on the fleet in the buffet bars. Goes back, obviously they have everything you'd expect. It's all served for you at the moment, morning, during the COVID. So I'm just going to put this down here so you can see what it's like. Both sides are the same. Tables going up to the windows and little booths and things. There are a number of different restaurants. Morning. Morning, Dinah, you alright? So all your normal sausages, eggs, bacon and stuff, but as I say, it's all served for you at the moment. There are two big stations like that going from one side to the other, and while I do like to be served breakfast, there's nothing wrong with this, and everything's hot. I think it's got the best selection of all the P&O buffets. Now we're coming into the dome. Now they have some fantastic entertainment, as I said before. Acrobats, which sort of acrobat type entertainment, but with stories attached to it, and it's great. And also there is the tops of these steps that lead into the pool come off, and there are stages that come out over the top of the pool, so that the entertainers can actually entertain standing on top of the pool. See what I mean? They've also got a number of, at the top they've got a number of pulleys and all sorts of things for the aerial acrobats, or to do their thing on, I suppose. But that's beautiful. That's a lovely place to be. And then we come into the lifts, and I'll stop this because I've run out of time and I've got to go pick up my wife. We're at the front lifts now. I'm just going to say something about these lifts. They're not at each end, which makes the ship seem a lot smaller than it is, which is great news. You don't go all the way to the back to get to the lifts, and you don't, as you can see, go all the way to the front. So it makes the ship, because it's split into 4 quarters, on normal ships the lifts are right at the end and all you've got is 2 halves, but it's split into 4 quarters, which makes the whole ship seem a lot smaller from the inside than it actually is. It's very, very clever. So when you want to go somewhere, you seem to get from one set of lifts to the other a lot quicker than you would do on, say, Arcadia. Morning.
Morning.
So we're going in lifts now, and I'm going back to my room. I'll take some more video in a while. Okay, I'm going to take you for a quick whiz round the atrium. We're going to start with deck 8. We're entering from the forward section of the ship, from the forward lifts, and first thing you come to is the keel and cow. Great place if you want a steak. They have some massive steaks in there, absolutely wonderful. I'm just going to point this out. They have a water station, a couple of water stations, I think 3 or 4 in the atrium. So you can, if you bring your sports bottle along, you can just fill up with water there. Here is a view from deck 8 of the atrium. And we're going to go around here, say the Keel and Cow, good bar where they've got a kitchen as well, and good steaks, etc. If they had a menu, I'd show you. The atrium on this ship's lovely. P&O are pretty good with their atriums, I must say. Yeah, so that's the Keel and Cow. Nice place. So while we're on 8, let's overlook some balconies. They have some great entertainment down here. It's like pop-up entertainment, again, sort of aerial acrobats, but there's stories to it. It's not just people like in a circus swinging up and down. They have stories, and they're fabulous stories. I wish I knew what to call them. A troupe of acrobats that do sort of stories, I don't know. We saw one called Rise, which is about birds, and it was about a chap, a sort of Livingston kind of character who collected feathers and things. Now let me see if I can get this to point down, because here we are. That's how you do it. I found a little joystick that points the camera down. Okay, here we are. So this is from deck 8, looking down on the atrium. sweet shop, of course. Get all your bits and pieces from. So I'm going to go down the steps from number 8 to number 7. Okay, now I've got to get the camera straight again. And this is the glass house. Ollie Smith wines, of course. Nice. And Tony Hadley on last night in the theatre and on tonight as well. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Can't believe his voice is still so good. Sorry. Fable Whiskey was one of the shops here, and you can taste this whiskey. I had a taste of it, nearly burnt my throat out, but there we are. You can see the atrium looking from 7 down to 6. That's the coffee shop. Oh. Still trying to work this gimbal, so the view from 7. As you walk around 7, let's say the glass house is back there. And I don't know the name of this place. But anyway, it's the bar opposite the glass house. I think it's just the glass house on the whole of the floor, to be honest. Very good. Now we're going to go down a floor to 6. See if I can get this thing to go down a bit. There we are. Beautiful staircase, marble everywhere. Loving it. Right, so another bar. Vistas, the cafe bar, or coffee bar. If I come over here and aim this up, you'll see it is a lovely atrium. Really nice. Nice piano in here for entertainment. Good bar. Cocktail bar. Now this is where they have the pop-up entertainment along this piece, and you'll see, if I turn you around here, all along this side you can see they have the rails with all the wires that come down, etc. And you can sit here at night with this, as I say, pop-up entertainment, and it is quite something else. We've been on every single P&O ship since Artemis, and I was a bit worried about coming on something so big, but it doesn't feel big when you're on it. I mean, obviously things are big, like the atrium, but it doesn't give you that feeling that this is just too big and too busy. Having said that, at the moment it is only half full because of the COVID restrictions. So at the moment there's another water station. It is only 2,430 passengers of a possible 5,200, but so things will get busier. There will be more people. I am taking you now into white wall galleries at the front of, at the forward end of deck 6, just off the atrium. All the normal artwork that you see on all the ships, including Fabian Perez, of course. It wouldn't be a white wall without Fabian Perez. We did meet him once. He's a very nice man. He's not full of himself. Here's some new artwork on P&O, and I'm quite liking it. This is quite nice, sort of cross between Banksy and some sort of oh, you can't see, can you? Here we are. Some sort of Mr. Brainwash, sort of multimedia artwork, cross between Banksy and sort of some sort of street art, which Banksy is, I suppose. Okay, right, I'll headline this theatre in front of us. I can get the camera to go that way, and I'll do some more later. Okay, we are currently in the atrium on deck 8, and what we're going to do is take a walk down the shops. This first lot of shops are called the Quays. So you have obviously the sweet shop there, and here you have a great ice cream bar that sells lots of gelato, etc. It's nice to sit and have an ice cream. Let's just look back down at the bar there. You can have a cup of coffee as well. Ice creams. And moving forward, the next part is Sindhu, and Sindhu is always good. There's a slightly reduced menu at the moment because of COVID. You don't get the poppadoms, etc. More seating, and we're coming up to what they call the Quays now. Quays is, well, basically I'll show you the menus there. You've got the hook, line and vinegar, which is fish and chips. Fusion, so various Asian food, and fried chicken, etc. in the Broadwalk diner, which is basically American. That's kind of sitting down here. This, by the way, is all free. It just takes, I think, a little bit of the pressure off of the main dining rooms in the evening, and yeah, it's all good stuff. Teas, coffees, etc, etc. Another restaurant round here on deck 8 is called the Olive Grove. Again, this is a free restaurant, but you do book in, and I'll just give you an idea of what they've got on the menu. Not so good if you're a vegan, this one. No vegan dishes, or very little anyway. A lot of the vegan stuff on the ship, if you are a vegan, is curry, really. Lots and lots of curry. Now we're coming up to the clubhouse. They have good acts on in here in the evening. Not like the Limelight, you don't pay to come in here. So well, it looks like they're going to have bingo soon. Somebody won £5,000 on the first night on this cruise. So this is the clubhouse, and it's a nice venue, and as I say, it's got they have the acts in here like Manuel Martinez, some other magic acts, and they also have bands in here. Last night was a singer, a George Michael tribute. He was very, very good. But that's the clubhouse. They do the late night comedy in here, and obviously I think this is also where they have the disco late night. Not that you'll find me in there anymore. I'm 1 or 2 years past that. Just out of interest, looking out the window here, across there, Ventura's anchored. We're in Weymouth Bay at the moment. There we are. Whistle stop tour. I'm going to turn off for a second and we'll go down to deck 7 and take a walk through there, see what we've got. I say I'm going to turn you off, but hey, I think we can just go straight down steps. Thank you. So we're going to go down to deck 7. We are currently forward. No, we're not. We're in the aft, you idiot. We walked from the forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down the shops. First thing is the shops are on both sides. So that side of the ship and this side of the ship too. The first thing we come to is the shore excursion, shore experience, and the loyalty and cruise sales.
We'll go around this side.
I'll go around that side quick. And various shops. As I say, they're on both sides, so just depends on which side you're on as to what shops you're looking at. But this is it's got the most shops on this ship, more than any other ship by a long way, I think. Britannia might have a few shops, but nowhere near like this. So we're just going to walk through to the other side, deck 7, and you can see the shopping mall down there, various stuff, jewellery as usual, clothes, etc, etc. They've split the men's and the women's clothes up, I think, a bit, and also the sort of Iona P&O branded goods in there, the normal watches that you get, but it's a separate watch shop as opposed to the normal jewellers that has everything in. And again, just some more shops, and the whiskey bar which I showed you earlier. Right, what I'm going to do is quickly rush you down to deck 6. We can see what's on there. Okay. Nice artwork all the way around the ship. Again, the atrium is through there. We are midships, and what we're going to do is have a quick look along here. So we've got the gin distillery, so it distills its own gin on Iona. Haven't had any yet, but then it's only a 7-day cruise and we've been pretty busy all the way through. We have Anderson's here. Around the back of Anderson's and behind the distillery is the library. Pretty well stocked of books, as you can see. Quite a large library. Quite a large library, as you can see, off the back of Anderson's. And we go back round here to the studios, the Ocean Studios, where you have 4 screens showing various performances of different films. On this 7-day cruise, they seem to be a bit short of different films, but I have seen 4 separate films up there at one point. There's also a booking so you can see what seats are available. I'm just going to have a quick look inside. This is what each of the small cinemas look like. A nice screen, nice seating, and as you can see, socially distanced where necessary. So that's for, you can see in the cinemas that are going, grey denotes seats that have been taken. The black dots obviously are the socially distanced, so you can't sit in those, and the blue are the ones that are free. So you don't need to know that. So back off to our whistle stop tour. Anderson's. And now we come up to one of the restaurants, the Aqua restaurant, where they're having afternoon tea. So we'll just have a look in there. As you can see, afternoon tea is excellent, absolutely excellent on this ship. The best afternoon tea I've had since the early days of Iona. When I say early days, I mean sort of 2007, 2008, etc. There's another restaurant here. It's the Opal restaurant, where you would normally go. Can't see in there at the moment. The restaurant and the end is the Pearl restaurant, and that's all on deck 6. There are enough restaurants with the separate eating. Oh, we can look in there as well. With the separate eating venues, I'm talking about the free ones, not the Epicurean or the Sindhu. With the other free eating venues, like the quays that we looked down, there are enough places for everybody to eat comfortably. However, for these restaurants, you do have to book on an app, or you come and register, or you can register on the app to go into a queue. So for instance, if you haven't booked anything but you fancy coming to the Coral restaurant, which is this one upstairs, I could want to show you the stairs. So this is the Pearl, and the Coral restaurant is upstairs. So if you haven't booked, but this is where you want to eat, the MDR as they're called, main dining rooms, then you can join a queue via the app, and it will tell you when they have a table ready for you. But my suggestion is that you book, the MDR is where you like to eat, you book as soon as you get on the ship. Every night that you want to, you kind of plan your food before you get on the ship, if you like, and then you make your bookings, and you can change them around as you go. But this is my advice: book and then change things around as you go. But do change things if you're not going to eat in the MDR and you've got it booked for, say, 6:30 or 7 o'clock or something, and you've decided you want to go to the Keel and Cow or the Quays to eat, then do cancel, because that will leave room for somebody else. And I can look through here to see everybody having afternoon tea. The whole ship is really tasteful, really high tech, very spacious. It feels smaller on the inside than it looks on the outside. As I said earlier, the way that they've positioned the lifts within the ship's structure splits the whole thing into 4, which makes it always seem like you're closer than you would expect to be if you're on, say, another ship where the lifts are much closer to each end. Okay, I'm going to stop now. That's it. And one thing I want to show you. the 7:10 club. The venue's closed for rehearsal, but we're just going to have a little look in there. This is a small club. On the right is a stage, and they have new acts as picked out by Gary Barlow. And this is the place I was telling you about earlier, where they have little pop-up theatre. And these guys are just practicing, or this person is just practicing here at the moment. This is a great area, very interesting to sit and watch. Cocktail bars, you know, Ventura in the background. Marvellous stuff. Yeah, don't practice this at home. It's good stuff. Okay, bit of champagne going on over there, and that's really the Whistle Stop tour. I'll try and get some gym in a second. Right, one thing I haven't shown you is the Limelight Club. I think they charge £25 for a ticket to come in and see the acts that are here, but in the day it's utilised for other things. Tea dance being one of them. For the ballroom dancing members of the cruise. But it's a nice venue. Hold your tummy in, Brian. Nice artwork. Okay, I'll catch you back later. Okay, after we've come out of the Limelight Club, you've got the Oasis Spa and Health Club, and that's where you can get your nails done, or have a massage, or have your hair cut, if that's something that you want to do. Now we've got the Headliner Theatre Company. As I'm on 6, I will be coming in at the bottom of the theatre. It's currently closed because there are, I think it's probably Tony Hadley or somebody who's practicing for his show tonight. Next thing I'm going to do is take you to the gym. Okay, we're just coming into, so we're on deck 5, very forward, front lifts, and this will take you to the gym. Well stocked gym, actually, very well stocked gym. So, lots of running machines, etc. Actually, this is the last day. This is Friday. We get back to Southampton tomorrow. It's Friday afternoon, so you won't see much going on in here people-wise, but it has been pretty well used for the holiday. Obviously on longer holidays, and we'll be getting on here for 77 days starting in December. This will be used an awful lot more. And yeah, that's the gym for you, and it has a spin class as well if you want it. So this is the studio, the aerobic studio. Plenty of spin bikes if you like spin. I certainly do. But that's a paid activity. It didn't used to be paid activity. And the free weights. So actually got a free weights bench press. Well, that makes a change for a ship, I can tell you. And there's all the other free weights, benches, etc. Bikes. Oh, it's even got a bicep preacher curls bench, which is great. Lots of stuff here. Everything you want anyway. So that's about it. Use the towels, put them back afterwards. Wipe everything down. During the pandemic there's no water, so you have to bring your own. But we're getting there. Right, so that's it. I'm going back to my cabin, which happens to be on deck 5 as well. Nice long corridor. Very smart, I think, very modern, very clean, obviously, as it's the maiden cruise it would be. And I would suggest a very tastefully done. Very tastefully done indeed. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the whistle stop tour. By the time I've edited it, it shouldn't be more than a few minutes. Cheers.